Hello friends, I am Usha Sukla, your social study teacher. Friends, today we teach about your first chapter of history, what, where, how and when. In this chapter, we will going to discuss following topics. What is history? Why do we study history? Time frame in history, dates in history, the importance of geography in history, source of history. Now, we are come to our first point, what is history? History is the story of man's past. It deals with events that have already occurred. It deals with facts of our society, economy, and culture. History can also be defined as the record of past events. Our next point is, why do we study history? We study history because it helps us understand our present. To understand the world around us, we have to know about our past. In order of tackle the present, it is important to have a good understanding of the past, as history is a continuous story of events in the past. Our next point is time frame in history. Historians divide history into three time periods: prehistory, proto-history, and history. Prehistory is the time when writing had not been invented and there are no written records of this period. Proto-history is the time period between prehistory and history, for which we have a few written records. And history refers to the time period after writing was invented. We can trace the history of any event from the written records. Early writing was on stone, rock pillars, bark of birch tree, and clay tablets. Many of them have been destroyed, yet we have enough records to write the history. Our next point is dates in history. Dates in history are explained by two terms: BC, it's also known as BCE, and AD, also known as Anno Domini. The years are generally counted from the date given to the birth of Christ, the founder of the Christianity. The years before the birth of Christ is known as the BC, and the years after the birth of Christ are counted as. Our next point is the importance of geography in history. The physical features of a country have always affected its history. India is a vast country with different geographical features. To understand the geographical divisions of India, we need to classify them into the following regions: the Great Himalayas, the Gangetic Plains, the Vindhyas of Central India, the Deccan region. We understand these features with the help of map. Our first region is the Great Himalayas. You see now, this is the Himalayas, the northern part of the India. The Great Himalayas in the north and northeast provide a barrier to the harsh climate and inventions. It has mountain passes through which men have travelled in search of livelihood. Our next region is Gangetic Plains. Gangetic Plains near the Ganga rivers, at the Ganga rivers. It is one of the most areas supporting a large population of India. The Ganga, Yamuna, and the tributaries provide water from irrigation for the vast plains. Our third region is Vindhyas. Vindhyas of Central India. Vindhya range divides the subcontinent into northern India and southern India. While the northern slope is drained by the Ganga river, the southern slope is drained by the Narmada river. And our fourth region is Deccan region. Agriculture was first developed in the Deccan. Deccan is known for its unique culture and tradition, known as the Dravidian culture. It is also known for megaliths, magnificent temples, and Sangam literature. people lived here because of availability of water and fertile soil. Rivers provided water for irrigation, drinking water, washing, fishing, and navigation by boats. Now we come to our last point, sources of history. The first is archaeological sources. Archaeology is a study of the past of the people who lived long ago through the things they left behind. What are those things? Pottery, tools, buildings, paintings, bones, coins, etc. All these things lie buried in the ground. The archaeologists dig these mounds, these grounds, and find things buried under them. The objects that lie deeper are the oldest evidence or sources of history. There are 4 kinds of archaeological sources: sites, monuments, coins, and inscriptions. Sites are places where material remains of the past are found. Monuments are any building of historical importance is the monuments, like temples, tombs, caves, forts are the examples. Coins were made of copper, bronze, silver, and gold. Inscription is the study of inscriptions called epigraphy. Inscriptions are written on hard surfaces like copper plates, rocks, and stone pillars. Sources of histories. Literary sources are in the form of manuscripts or handwritten texts. The manuscripts were written on a palm leaf, a specially prepared bark of a tree, birch, parchments. These manuscripts fall under 2 categories: religious and seculars. Religious manuscripts describes religious beliefs and rituals. The manuscripts were written in different languages: Sanskrit, Prakrit, Tamil, etc. Stories of the rule of kings are found in Megasthenes, Indica, and Arthashastra of Kautilya. The secular books deal with kings, their administration, and science. Many plays, poems, and epics were also written, like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. Okay, students, I hope that you all are clear about this topic. Thank you.